Hi, I'm Judy with HarmonicLivingNow.com. You know, we all have this mental image of ourselves, of the way we look, what we can do, our capabilities or possibilities in the world. And it has very little to do really with the actuality of it. It's just our perception of ourselves. Now, this can play in our favor if we have a really healthy perception. I'm not talking conceited, I'm talking healthy perception of ourselves. But what if we don't? What if we don't have a healthy perception of ourselves or image of ourselves? Whether it's the way we look or what we can do, what our capabilities are. Teenagers struggle with this a lot. It's called commonly low self-esteem. I know I struggled with it when I was a teenager. I tried on different personalities because I just wasn't comfortable in my own skin. Wasn't really thinking that I was enough just the way I was. If you struggle with low self-esteem, this can, by the way, plague us for our entire lives until we recognize that there's something we can do about it. And you know, talk therapy is an awesome way to go and can really help you realize that it's just a perception of yourself that's holding you back and that it really isn't a truth. It's a truth as long as we believe it is. I like to use tapping. And if you're struggling with low self-esteem, join me today in a round or two. If you've never tapped before, check out my how-to video and then come on back. We're going to start with the karate chop point. And I want you to repeat after me. Focus on something I'm just going to use general terminology, but focus on something that you really feel low about. Either an ability or you feel a lack of ability, or your self-image of the way you look, or whatever it is. Focus on that while we're tapping. Okay? Give it a rating of 1 to 10, 10 being really, really true for you and 1 not so much. Let's start with the karate chop point. Even though I feel so bad about myself, I'm just going to accept who I am and how I feel about it. Even though I feel so lousy about me, I'm going to honor how I feel right now. Even though I feel so bad about myself most of the time, I'm going to choose to accept who I am and how I feel. Let's go to the eyebrow point. I feel so bad about myself most of the time. Side of the eye. I just feel lousy about me. I really feel bad about who I am. I don't feel good enough. I don't feel like I'm up to par. I feel like there's something wrong with me. I'm not as good as others. I have a hard time believing I ever could be. I really feel lousy about myself. It's so hard for me to believe that I'm special. I feel so bad about me. Like I'm flawed in some way. Not good enough. I don't like to think about me. Because all I think about are all the things that's wrong with me. I really feel bad about myself. The way I look, the things I can't do. I feel socially awkward. Keep tapping. Keep tapping on those things that really get to you, those things that really bring you down if you have low self-esteem. pinpoint those things, whether you feel as though you're not good enough in a social situation, or your body isn't good enough, or your hair isn't good, whatever it is. And keep tapping until you feel a little bit lighter when you think about that particular issue or target on yourself. And then we'll start putting in some positive affirmations for yourself. And we'll continue with that right now. What if I could feel better about myself? What if it's just a perception? What if I could change that perception of me? I wonder if I could change the way I think about myself. Lighten up a little bit. Cut myself some slack. I wonder if I could be a little lighter about it. That would feel so good, to feel good about me. To feel lighter about this whole situation. That would feel wonderful, to feel the good possibilities. That I would have good possibilities. I am going to choose to stay open for that. I'm going to choose now to be a little easier on myself. To release some of these negative thoughts about me. Maybe I could focus on some of the good qualities I have. I know there are some. I just haven't been looking. I choose now to look. I choose to stop feeling negative about me, to focus on some of the good parts of me. That would feel so good. I love feeling free. Free of all those negative thoughts about myself. I choose now to release some of those negative thoughts. To be open to see the more positive things about myself. I choose to be open. I choose to be lighter. I choose to release these negative thoughts now. Low self-esteem is a little bit deep here, and just doing these few rounds is probably not going to do a whole lot, but it'll get you started. Do this again with me. Put in your own words on whatever it is that you're feeling bad about, and just really tell your truth when you're tapping. If you haven't already, I'd love to have you sign up for my Monday Morning Shift newsletter, where you'll get a video a lot like this in your inbox once a week, and we'll tap on a different bothersome issue each week. Until then, go out and make it your own, and I'll see you then.